Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about the iRobot Braava Jet. Let's go. Alright, so first thing before I really get into the video, this is not an in-depth review. This is just an overview. So I'm just doing a quick little video, showing it to you guys, and do some B-roll of it, go over some key points, and then, I don't know, about a week or so, a couple weeks, we'll do an in-depth review if I like it, if I recommend it, all that good stuff. Alright, so the iRobot Braava Jet 240. Things that you're gonna get in the box when you get this is obviously the mop, you get the battery, the charger, manual, and you get 3 different types of mop heads. So this blue one right here is it's like a deep scrub type of mop. This is gonna use the most water, it's gonna leave the floor the most moist, it's gonna be like a normal mopping job. Like I said, it'll get the floor the most wet. It kind of shows you the pattern right there of how it's going to be mopping with this pad on. And all these pads are like smart, so when you click these pads in, it automatically knows what kind of pad you got on there and it will mop accordingly. Then you have like the semi-wet mop. It's like a wet and a dry mop. So it'll be a little bit wet, not completely moist, and it's gonna mop in that straight line pattern like that. And then you got these white pads, which are the dry mop pads, in case you just want it to sweep up stuff for whatever reason. I'm assuming if you bought something like this, you probably already have like a robot vacuum anyway. So something like this, to me, doesn't seem all that useful, but we're gonna test it out. We're gonna see in a couple weeks if that's something that I can recommend for you guys. Just a couple of general things. I've only used it once. Like I said, this isn't an in-depth review, so I've only used it one time. From what I could see, it was pretty cool. It's got a lot of different sensors. Some of the things that it does have are like carpet sensing, so you can let this thing go. It's gonna recognize carpet, it's gonna recognize steps, so it's not gonna fall down your stairs. It's gonna recognize objects, so it'll go around stuff. It's not gonna have a whole bunch of sensors like the higher end mop does, like the M6. I think it's called the M6. Where it has a bunch of different cameras and all that stuff. This just has general bump detection and as well as like carpet detection and stuff like that. So it's not going to map out your house. It's not going to do those fancy feature type things because this is like their low end of their mops that they offer. So saying that, a couple of key cleaning tips is that you only use like your tap water in it. Don't use like bottled water and stuff like that, which I don't know why you'd use bottled water in a mop anyway, but only use like your cold tap water. And then you can use just water, or you can use the water mixed with like the solution that they sell. They don't recommend using vinegar. They don't recommend using any other kind of cleaning solutions or chemicals inside the mop, probably because it's not made for that. They obviously make their products that they want you to buy and all that good stuff to clean the floors. So the pad would lock in on the bottom right here, kind of slides in sideways, and I'll get a bunch of shots of this stuff for you guys as well. Got a handle on the top, so you can carry it around. It's kind of cool. Right in the top there, you got your water reservoir. So you can just kind of pop this open just like this. And yeah, so that's where the water goes. This button right here is like the release button for the actual mop head. So when you're done with it, you hold that release button, slide the mop head out. It's got this whole bumper on the front. You can kind of see it moves. It's kind of free floating there. That is a general bump detection, so when it hits a wall, hits a chair, something like that, it knows to back off, not to spray water out the front, so that it soaks the wall, soaks your chairs and stuff like that. So it has that bumper guard on there so that it knows, hey, too close to something, I need to turn around. Right in the front, you can see that little opening. That's your nozzle. It does actually spray water out the front, which is pretty cool. So that's how it soaks the pad. That's how it gets your floors wet. It's gonna spray the water out the front, run it over, and then keep going, spray water out, run it over, all that stuff. Very cool. Like I said, I've only used it once. Can't get a super in-depth review on it. I did like it, but I kind of want to get like how it performs over a week's time or 2 weeks time. That way I can really see how clean it's going to keep the house or get the house. One of the cool features on this one that the higher end model does not have is that the actual head agitates. So the head of the mop, it's got like a little motor in there that like kind of vibrates things around. Agitates the floor, so it's a lot of that tougher stuff, a lot of the dirt that's kind of stuck on there, whether it's like dried up juice and stuff like that, it's gonna agitate, pick that stuff up. So I do like that feature. That's a feature that's not on the higher end model. What else? This mop does hook up to your app through Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all that stuff. So you can control it. If you have a part of your smart home stuff, if you already have iRobot stuff, it'll integrate into your app with devices that you already have. So you can do the whole cleaning schedule thing. It doesn't need that, which is kind of cool. So you can so if you don't want the app, you don't have Wi-Fi, all that stuff, you can just put it down, let it do its thing, and it's gonna clean the whole room. It does have a random, so it will go in a pattern. It'll go up and down, and you can choose how it cleans. and it will cover the room eventually, but it doesn't have like the smart feature to detect how dirty it was or how large the room is, stuff like that. It just kind of is gonna go until it dies. So you gotta keep an eye on it usually. So this is kind of a robot you would run, in my opinion, when you're home. If you wanted to run it autonomously, just know it's probably gonna die wherever it sits. So yeah, so I'll cover all that stuff in the in-depth review here in a couple weeks. But yeah, so this is the iRobot Braava Jet 240. If you got any questions, comments, anything like that, post them down below. Yeah, so if you want to catch the in-depth review, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.